Ladies and gentlemen, may I proudly bring to you, this is Wwe Soul, talking about WWE Raw, which happened on the 10th of February 2014. Yeah! Wow, now, this show, I'll just tell you straight up, and if you're going to be watching this show, and if you're going to be watching it and you're not, and if you are bothered about knowing the results, then I will just tell you this: it was a good show. It's definitely a good show. So press pause and just go watch the show right now. Otherwise, carry on listening to me, because I'm gonna give you a lot of spoilers and talk about what's happening with the WWE at present. Okay, so straight up off the bat, we have Betty White coming out and says that she's going to kick some A double-lettered crooked letter, as the road dog would say, or something along the line of that. A double crooked letter. Yep, that's it. And she was with Big Show, and I have no idea why she was here. It was just so random that I guess she lives in Hollywood, and therefore Hollywood, it was where they were at the time in terms of the arena, and I think it felt appropriate for them to hire Betty White. Maybe she probably only took like a couple of dollars just to come down or whatever. Seemed as though she didn't care about the money or whatever it would be the case. They probably thought, yeah, you know, and she'd probably be the cheapest option. No offense to Betty White, but she's probably much, you know, loaded in terms of monetary allowance that she has with her bank account. However, it was just so random. I do not know why they would do that. But then straight out of nowhere came Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. What's best for business, hey? What's best for business? And they just started talking, and out of nowhere, Randy Orton came down with his voices in his head and started to apologize to Triple H and Stephanie about what he has been doing in the past and how spoiled and how ungrateful he has been, and he wants to make amends and make it right. And Stephanie turned the, you know, whole innocent act back on and pretended that, how can we trust you, Randy? And it was, I guess, a perfect cue for Daniel Bryan to come out and make a little fun of the guys, Triple H and Stephanie. And Randy started going and saying that you need to kiss the ground that she walks on, you need to respect her. And Daniel Bryan said it like it is. He said, wasn't it long ago, wasn't it just so recently that you were actually kissing Stephanie McMahon when she was on the floor while Triple H was handcuffed? And I don't know whether that was part of the script or not, but it seemed a bit real. And therefore, Triple H then allegedly, according to the rules of the WWE, decided that Daniel Bryan, what would be for best for business, is to take the night off. And what happened was, Daniel Bryan said, no, no, no. And so did the whole of the crowd. However, what's best for business is, quite frankly, no one knows. Really, according to Triple H and Stephanie, is just randomness. And I guess that's what's happening at the present time. Now, straight off after that, Rhodes versus, well, it was Rhodes and Rey Mysterio was facing the Wyatt family. And that was a good match. That was a very good match. I have to say, the Rhodes brothers are still awesome in terms of their ability, high flying action. I can't believe Goldust himself still can perform at such a great level. Considering he's been doing it for so many years, he can do amazing stuff. And with Rey Mysterio as well, they grabbed hold of Rey Mysterio and chucked him across the floor of a ring, and he slided out and did a big, a body splash on top of one of the Wyatts, which was really unique to see. You wouldn't have thought you would see such a thing like that in Monday Night Raw. However, this is a thing where when you get these awesome matches, and then halfway through the match, they all started flying over the top rope, hitting the Wyatt family, beating them up, but well, we all know what's gonna happen. The Wyatts, they need to build them guys up, which is clearly obvious because, well, since the fact that Daniel Bryan decided to leave them, they've just they've lost. Before then anyway, they lost week after week after week after week, and it was going all stupidly. And so they need to build them guys so that they could face the Shield, the indestructible Shield. And well, quite frankly, out of nowhere came Sister Abigail, and she flew and did that thing. I don't know what that move is, unfortunately. It's the same move which R-Truth does. However, he starts off, Bray Wyatt starts off, in that kneeling position, kisses the forehead, and then swings him around and slams the head into the canvas, which was obviously gonna happen, and the Wyatts won that match. And then the Wyatts did their stupid speech about random mumbo jumbo, which I couldn't be bothered, to be honest. It was just so damn stupid and I don't know, random. I guess it's good in a way because it does freak people out. It's kind of like freaky type. It's not like as though, what the heck is he saying? Who cares? It's kind of like, what the heck is he saying? But at the same time, you want to know what he's saying. So in that respect, it's good because he has some drawing power. Bray Wyatt, he does have some of that in terms of his mic skills. The other two there are just in for the ride. You can clearly see, and I'm sure, they're happy being where they are, getting employed at the present time. It would be good. Is good to see. And then, straight after that, they went to the microphone in the back with the Shield, and then the Shield was she was talking to them. I do not know the name of the announcer, and whatever her name was, but she was asking them that, oh, aren't you afraid of what the Wyatt family are gonna do? And they gave a lot of mic time to Roman Reigns, and just before that, they actually were talking about Roman Reigns and building him up and saying how he actually basically threw so many superstars over the top rope in Royal Rumble. Again, this is like the second, I think. Second time they've actually promoted this. Well, they're building him up for the World Championship. I do not know whether it's the right decision to make right now. But you know what is, I think they're in dire need of stars, especially the fact that CM Punk has left. I think it's perfect for them to build stars up right now because, quite frankly, all the other guys are part-timers. They're main stars like Batista, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan even. He's coming back allegedly on the 24th of February in Monday Night Raw. And Shawn Michaels, they're all part-timers, and they are in dire need of making stars. And I think Roman Reigns, to be truthful, I think he has a lot of star quality. And the thing is, he looks like a guy who can, if you give him the ball, he will run with it. He will not drop the ball. He'll get tackled down, and I'm talking metaphorically speaking here right now. I'm not talking as a literal sense. I'm talking metaphorically speaking. He would run with the ball and just get tackled down, or basically hit the home run. Not the hit the home run. Sorry, I'm going on a different sport now. But score this touchdown. That's what I mean. Anyway, okay. So Roman Reigns started to talk to Dean Ambrose as well in that little altercation in the back with that interview that they were having, and saying that what type of, world, United States champion are you? You're not going to defend your title? Is that the way you want to be remembered? And it was like, what's going to happen. I don't know whether it's after Elimination Chamber that they're going to get rid of the whole Shield at that time. After that, I think that's what's going to happen, in my opinion. I think they are going to lose to the Wyatts, and Roman Reigns is going to go, you know what, I don't need you, I'm going on my own. Therefore, basically trying to move forward towards a world WWE Heavyweight Championship, which will be good for him to see. And then maybe next year sometime they come join together forces again, the Shield, or something along the line of that. But it'd be good to see. But then Ambrose decided that he would do an open challenge. That's right, an open challenge to anybody in the back who would have the cojones to go out and face him like a man in the middle of the ring and beat him for the United States Championship. Okay, so seems as though he had the United. After that, straight away, we had one of the toilet break matches, and this is Santino versus Fandango. And quite frankly, it was just pathetic as usual. It didn't last long. It lasted the toilet break. So if you were going for a number 2, that was probably a bit too long, really. If you were going for a number 1, that would be appropriate timing, so you can go and come back and carry on watching the actual show. Well, it depends, but anyway, Fandango won that match, but halfway through the match, The Miz came out and started to say that seems as though that he has been in Hollywood movies, etc. He's not even on Monday Night Raw, whereas Fandango and Santino are, and he said, "Oh, this is awesome," really, as in a sarcastic tone. And we all know where they're gonna build with that. I think they're gonna build Dolph Ziggler and The Miz to become a tag team, and I think they will be ideal as a tag team. The only thing I would say is The Miz needs to, not The Miz, sorry, what's his name? Dolph Ziggler needs to use the mic a bit more and use his comedic style and whatever whenever they do get the opportunity to ride the wave. I hope they actually go that route, as in like what Road Dogg and Bad A Double Crooked Letter have done with the DX thing. I think they need to do that. I think that would be ideal for their scenario in terms of them building their careers back up, because, well, The Miz had the biggest chance and opportunity, and he has had the most opportunity to build himself up as a world champion. However, he has just remained at the bottom of the ladder with Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler never had the title that long. That was the thing. I think that was the thing. After winning the World Heavyweight Championship, he only had it a few months, and due to suffering from a concussion, they had to take it away from him. And they never gave him enough time to build as a professional wrestler. And as well as that, I think the whole Big E situation and AJ situation didn't help him as well. He started to seem more like a guy who was unconfident in his own self and ability, therefore he needed Biggie, and it just seemed pathetic. It didn't seem as though he was a world champion and or believed in it himself anyway. So I think with them two guys, I think them two guys should do that. Who knows if the WWE can want that to happen, and I do not know. The thing with the WWE is that they don't give opportunities for long with wrestlers. They just test them for like about 5 minutes to see whether they're going to be successful, but they won't give them for more than, they will not give the actual the title holder the opportunity to hold on for at least 6 months, unless it's CM Punk. But CM Punk, I think a lot of wrestlers need to learn from him, because he fought for his position and he complained, whined, did everything possible to be at the top, and quite frankly he deserved it when it was due, and I think that is what's missing from some of the guys in the back. I really hope that that doesn't happen with Roman Reigns if they do give him the title. Let's hope not, but I do feel as though that they will give it him for a few months and then drop him. I really do. Unfortunately, that is just the normal trend of WWE, you see. Because I think what it is all about the company as opposed as to the star. That's just my opinion, obviously, but I hope I am wrong, to be truthful. I hope they do give Roman Reigns the opportunity to last and become world champion for a long time, and I hope he builds himself up and runs with the actual ball a long time. Who knows what might happen? Who really knows? Anyway, on to the next match, which was an awesome match in my opinion. It was Christian and Sheamus versus the Real Americans, we the people. And I love, well, not literally love the guy, but I have to say Zeb Colter makes me laugh every time he comes out, and with his his insinuations of wrestlers being illegal and sneaking over the border after they were back into the country after they were before they were injured, and now they have sneaked over the border just to get work. And well, they gave Cesaro the mic as well. So I know a few weeks back they wanted CM Punk to lose to Cesaro so they could build Cesaro up as well, and CM Punk didn't want to do that, allegedly. This is allegedly, don't quote me on this, but that's what was the case. And Cesaro and basically they gave him the microphone and he talked for like about 10-30 seconds, which was, and it was quite rubbish really. But I know I've seen Cesaro before. Whenever he has had the mic, he has always done good. But the thing is, it made for such a great match because simply Sheamus, when he is wrestling, he loves to fight, and when he loves to fight, he loves to fight. You could tell he's Irish, and just like Fit Finlay was, he loves to fight. And that's exactly what he did with Cesaro. Cesaro went a bit crazy in terms of starting doing the European uppercut to Sheamus, and he did it about 5, 6, 7 times, and then Sheamus decided to hit back, and I literally thought they were going to get into a real fight. It was seeming as though on that way. I don't know how they managed to control their anger, but it seemed to me that, they were getting competitive and they were gonna lay into each other in terms of punching the guy in the face, literally, into not scripted type. But It turned out to be a great match. Christian took a whooping. He is like a guy who just can get beaten up, stamped on, everything, and just keep on going. And that's one of the things with Christian. It was shocking. He took the European uppercut when he was flown into the air, and Cesaro smacked him one right under his chin or upper chest area, and he still didn't say 1, 2, 3, which obviously it was scripted, obviously, but still, you could not believe the fact that Christian just still keeps going whenever this situation happens. And but it turned out to be a good match overall, and Sheamus kicked what's his name, Cesaro and Jack Swagger's head off, and won the match, which was a decent match to win. And I have to say the tag team division looks brilliant in the WWE at the present time. I think they need to build the tag team division up, and they've got a lot of people, and I think they are doing it because they brought back the New Age Outlaws, the D-O-double-G and A double crooked letter, and back, which were one of the best wrestlers of all time, tag teams of all time. You can't deny it. If you actually go back and watch the Attitude Era, you have to signify them guys as one of the most awesome teams in the whole WWE. I mean, we all know about the Road Warriors. They were the greatest tag team of all time. That's my opinion. You're entitled to yours, but they would come second in mine, I think. I'd have to think more about that. Anyway, they started promoting Batista's straight after that. Did the 30-second Fury of Batista promotion, which is on YouTube, and to kind of entice us all and get us talking about Batista. And quite frankly, it did nothing really. Just reminded me that Batista can powerbomb guys, and that's about it. Wonderful. But little did I know that they were actually setting it up for something, and quite frankly, it was Dolph Ziggler versus Del Rio, and this match didn't last very, very long, and Dolph Ziggler lost the match. Oh my gosh, that's a shock, isn't it? Not. We knew that was gonna happen. He tapped out, and no, he got pinned, that's what it was. He got pinned, he got super kicked in the face, and lost the match. And then Del Rio, decided he wants to break Dolph Ziggler's arm, and tried to do the armbar again, which looked ridiculous because he never got it on properly. But you know what, it doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts with the WWE. And then Batista's music came, and Batista's came out and started to beat on Del Rio. And I have to say one thing about Batista: he does look a lot more mobile, and he does look a lot more faster than he used to be. I think training with the Gracies and more MMA training as opposed to just doing bodybuilding training has helped him quite a bit, in my opinion. He looks more explosive as a athlete, and he powerbombed Del Rio through the table, which was awesome to see, because I thought, this is WWE Raw, this is not gonna happen. Well, it did happen a few weeks back. I remember when Kane choke slammed somebody through the table back then, but anyway, it was good to see. It was good to see that power bomb. And then Triple H in the back talked to Batista and saying that, you can't just go out there and start doing that. And Batista said, looks like a lot of things have changed in the WWE. And wasn't happy and walked off, which is signifying something is going to happen, people. Something is going to happen at Elimination Chamber. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. I think they're probably setting something up for the Elimination Chamber for that. However, I think the way things are going at present time, they'll probably just change it. Who knows what is going to happen eventually. The way things are going at present, with the randomness which is happening, no one really knows precisely what's happening, but you can make an estimate. And but for this, I would just say it's a 50-50 guess on my part that Batista is gonna get screwed over by Triple H in the Elimination Chamber. But you know what? I would love to be right. Anyway, Betty White decided to dupe the Outlaws, which was good to see, by taking the not drinking the laxative tea and making Billy Gunn drink it himself. And therefore, when Billy Gunn and Road Dogg went out to the ring and were on the microphone talking to Michael Cole, JBL and the King, Billy Gunn had to go to the toilet, which was at the end of the match at the end, which was a funny segment to see, really. This was an awesome match. Ryback so ridiculous. I think, unfortunately for Kurt Axel, he's absolutely sucked and he's never going to get a big opportunity again. So I think he just needs to forget about being at the top and just enjoy the wave and just do something what Zack Ryder does. He's never going to get there. The fact that he's won the Intercontinental Championship, which was good, besides that, he's never going to get another opportunity. As far as Ryback is concerned, it's so annoying to see him, how he's turned out, and everybody keeps on chanting Goldberg still. No matter whatever happens, they just keep on chanting Goldberg. And I think the WWE have dropped the ball big time with Ryback. I really think turning him heel and making him go that route as a coward type of wrestler route has messed his career up. And I just think this is the thing with the WWE. They don't know how to. They've lost track in terms of how to build someone's career as opposed to building it. They just destroy it, really. That's all they're doing at present. But the Usos won that match with a awesome flying tag, which one of the Usos did, and it caused the other Uso to go to the top rope and do big splash Kurt Axel and win the match, which was awesome to see. And that was it, and it's clearly looking like maybe in Elimination Chamber, Usos or somebody else will be facing the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn for the Tag Team Championship. And then it was a US title on the line. Dean Ambrose came down with his brothers, well, alleged brothers, at the Shield, and basically Mark Henry came out, and this match was okay. It was a decent match, considering the fact that Dean Ambrose really, is probably about 200 pounds away from Mark Henry in terms of his physical size. So it seemed, how is he gonna manage to mount offense? And quite frankly, he did very good in that respect. He did very, very, very good. Got to give credit where credit's due, really. He did very good. Although he was going to lose the title, and then Seth Rollins came out, and then it was a DQ, which was won by Mark Henry. And then Roman Reigns speared Mark Henry outside the cage, outside the ring, and that was the end of that situation. And then they were ready to go, then suddenly the lights went out. And then the Wyatt family came and said, "We're here." And you know something, I have to say one thing now. I'm actually liking the Wyatt family. I like their randomness, and I think it's a bit freaky, but it's good, man. You know what I mean? They're not take in any rubbish, and they are gonna harass the Shield, which was very, very, very good, in my opinion. And the Wyatts got on top of the ring apron, and so did the Shield members. And then the Shield members went inside the ring, and then Bray Wyatt went inside for a second, but then decided to come back out and sniggered and laughed like a horror movie and walked out. And this was so freaky and exciting, and it seemed like a horror movie, doesn't it? And it's so good in that respect. And quite frankly, it is good in that respect. I have to say, Bray Wyatt, they're doing the job. They're looking like they're freaks of nature. And the thing is, what I've liked about I have to say that the Wyatts are ridiculous. I'm not a fan of them, because I just think this whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing is stupid, and they shouldn't have these guys. But I have to say that over the weeks and weeks and weeks, Bray Wyatt has remained consistent, and it has been good. And in general, I think the Wyatts are a team which are going to last regardless, due to Bray Wyatt only. I think if they do split up, it will be bad, because the other guys won't know what to do, and it will just be pathetic in terms of that. It all depends on the WWE, how long they will allow to keep this, but I think they can work the Wyatt family a lot, considering the fact that The Undertaker is coming back soon. They could, try to maybe get him back into the ring and, join the family or something along the line of that, and rule the rooster, and that will be good to see. And but will it happen? I don't think so. I think at the present time, the Wyatt family are just getting used like a lot of the other wrestlers are, due to WrestleMania season, and well, it will be good to see regardless, the Wyatts versus the Shield. But we know what's going to happen. I think this is my opinion. I clearly can see that the Wyatts are going to win that match. Shield are going to break up, and that will be leading Roman Reigns to be going for his solo career, and it could be the case where his solo career will be perfect for the Shield member Roman Reigns. It'll be good. But anyway, straight after that, Kane came out and started to talk about that he should be off right now, and he shouldn't be in the ring, which is clearly obvious, because the JBL was saying the same thing. Shouldn't he be not be here right now because he's supposed to be reprimanded by the authority? And then suddenly Daniel Bryan came out and started to beat on him and beat him. He was beating on him and beating on him, and he did some good job. I have to say one thing: with Daniel Bryan, when he starts to wrestle, he wrestles, and it's good to see. And he, I don't know. Yeah, he threw Kane. No, he did. I think it was a drop kick Kane over the outside the railing where the fans are, and Kane decided to walk out because obviously Daniel Bryan's pace, you can't keep up with that. You cannot keep up with that. And then he was yes. I do think right now, I think WWE, they're dropping the ball in terms of Daniel Bryan. They need to do something, work with him. They need to give him a big opportunity. Sure, they're giving him the Elimination Chamber, but we all know that he's not going to win the title. It may be John Cena, it may be Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton is going to win it, personally, because they want to set it up with Randy Orton versus the Batista, so for WrestleMania. Whereas with John Cena and Batista, it just doesn't make any sense at the present time. So I think unifying the titles at present as well, having both belts with one guy, it diminishes talent to grow as wrestlers. Whereas before there was 2 championships, so therefore they both could have been defended at WrestleMania. On this occasion, only one is, and there's too many cooks in the kitchen right now, and we've only got 2 main eventers really, and I think they are really dropping the ball with Daniel Bryan. I mean, they need to build him up and make him continue to grow this whole yes movement. But I think in some respect as well that the opposition of the Authority has actually made it more, in terms of us fans, we want Daniel Bryan to overcome this. We hate the Authority, and he represents the guy, the underdog who's always fighting Authority. So in that respect, we're always gonna like Daniel Bryan for that reason. The moment he becomes mainstream, who knows? But the thing is, at this present time, they can do anything with him, Daniel Bryan, right now. They can basically put him on the shelf, which they have been doing for so long, or they can give him the ball and make him run with it, which I don't think they're going to do. I think they're going to do that with Roman Reigns. So, anyway, that's just the thing. Now, John Cena versus Randy Orton. What the heck? This match was a good match. It was John Cena was saying that this is going to end the feud with Randy Orton, and it will end it, and it is the starting of the future. In my opinion, I think when he's talking about that, it's the new generation. They're all coming up right now, and who knows, really. But in general, John Cena won that match. It was a good match to see. I think the whole Raw event was very, very good. Stone Cold apparently was in the back, but he wanted Zeb Coulter in his podcast. And that's why he just came down, so he could get Zeb Coulter to agree to come on his podcast, which is, I guess, very selfish of him, very, very much so. And Seth Rollins as well, he reacted to the crowd as well at one point where he was saying CM who? Which is true right now. CM Punk, what's going on? I mean, we are chanting his name a little bit, but now it's starting to fizzle out and people are starting to forget. And like he said, he's a spoke on a wheel, and he's going to get replaced, and that's exactly what's happening right now. And I think at present time, I think the direction of wrestling, it's good time, especially with the whole WWE network, which is coming on around. They're trying to excel the cards, and they're putting on the best matches, the best things on. And it seems as though they're going to bring Hulk Hogan back for the 24th of February and The Undertaker for that 24th of February spot, which is a day when after the Raw finishes, WWE Network starts, and hopefully they shall have enough subscribers to be in profit, and hopefully they will be successful with it. I do hope so. I think they can't go wrong, in my opinion. For $9.99 a month, that is ridiculous, considering the fact that they used for pay-per-view cards throughout the year. If you wanted to pay for the full year, it would have cost $675. Now it costs $120. So that's like $555, difference. My gosh, that's ridiculous, isn't it? And what can you say? And another thing is that they are renegotiating with the network right now as well in America. So it's a perfect time for the WWE, for us fans really, to get best wrestling. And so I guess we should just continue watching and see what happens. Anyway, thank you for listening to this. I very much appreciate it. Have a great day. Peace out. And subscribe, like, everything else. Thank you very much for listening. Peace.